Okay, so just to briefly go through our concept for a borehole wall imaging camera system. As geologists, as a lot of us here are online today, we know that context is the most important thing when you're considering how to interpret scientific results. How do we place the measurements we've made into a wider context that makes sense on a bigger scale? A lot of the missions that are planned to go to the moon, but also places like Mars as well, are all focused on finding resources in the upper few meters of regolith, the planetary subsurfaces. But all of those missions trying to access the subsurface are doing so quite blind in a very literal sense. We might have lots of different scales of remote sensing data which can penetrate down into those upper layers of the subsurface. But we don't have any way of imaging the precise horizons in the subsurface that we're collecting samples from or making measurements at in situ. So the concept here is that by integrating a very small camera module into a planetary drill, you're able to provide that very fine scale level of detail that not only helps you to interpret individual samples from specific horizons, but when built up to form a vertical profile of the subsurface, can help you to interpret some of that larger scale, more remote sensing data. The idea being, mounted inside a drill, this has to be something that's very low mass. We also wanted it to place as little design constraint on the drill itself. We want this to be something that can be adapted very easily to whatever design of planetary drill is going to be flown. And so that means in terms of its accommodation requirements, it's very small, very lightweight. In terms of its interfaces, we propose things like wireless communications and data transfer when it's in its home position, retracted within the drill box itself. And also that the actual housing can be adapted to suit whatever the fluting on the drill or auger in question is. So this can be used in collaboration with lots of other instruments, some which may be mounted within a drill string as well, like a MAMIS type instrument or a permittivity sensor to make sense of any measurements of water ices, say, at specific horizons, but also in collaboration, as I say, with maybe rover mounted instruments that are looking at the cuttings pile at the top of a drill string, for example. And it's all about connecting up all of those different scales of investigation, and drill cam providing that very finest level of detail. So do go and have a look at the poster, and any questions, drop us an email.